Welcome to This Explainer, where we're breaking down the Emerging Technologies Hackathon 2026. If you're a student, a startup founder, or an innovator in India looking to build some seriously deployable, cutting-edge tech, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to take a really close look at what this national initiative is all about, the incredible opportunities it presents, and, frankly, the very tight deadlines you need to be hyper-aware of. Here's our roadmap for today. First, the Ultimate Tech Challenge. Second, exploring the focus areas. Third, solving real-world industry problems. Fourth, who should apply. And finally, number 5, your hackathon timeline. Let's dive right in. Starting with Section 1, the Ultimate Tech Challenge. And more importantly, what's actually on the line here? Now, the scale of the reward awaiting innovators is just massive. We aren't talking about some small, localized student prize pool. There's over 10 lakh rupees on the table across multiple categories. But the cash is honestly just the beginning of the story. Because beyond the cash, what you're really battling for is unparalleled national visibility at the India Mobile Congress 2026, plus direct industry collaboration. Taking first place doesn't just get you 150,000 rupees. You also score an investor pitch opportunity and a massive spotlight at IMC. For a young startup or a really ambitious team of students, getting your innovation in front of government leaders, industry experts, and investors at India's biggest telecom event, that is the kind of leverage that can literally launch a company. And even if you land anywhere down through the 15th prize, you're still looking at substantial cash awards and special category recognition. All right, moving to Section 2, exploring the focus areas, your battlefield. So there are 9 dedicated technology tracks for this hackathon. And I want you to notice just how heavily the ecosystem is leaning into the huge potential of things like 5G and 6G connectivity, autonomous robotics, and advanced AI. The scope here is incredibly broad. You could be building solutions for quantum communication or maybe diving into green tech like electric and autonomous vehicles, but the overarching theme across every single one of these tracks is emerging technology. They absolutely are not looking for incremental updates to old software, right? They want breakthrough innovations that leverage the absolute bleeding edge of what's technically possible today. Whatever you design has to push the boundaries of current industry standards. Which brings us to Section 3, solving real-world industry problems. The trials. Now, instead of just handing you some theoretical academic prompt, industry giants like Neural Networks, Optimus Logic, and LimSense have basically thrown down the gauntlet with 22 highly specific real-world trials you have to overcome. For instance, one challenge asks you to build an edge computing platform that manages the quality of service for industrial robots over a 5G network. Meanwhile, another entirely different challenge is asking for an edge AI system that uses low-cost cameras to detect defects in MSME manufacturing units. The key takeaway here is that these are not hypothetical scenarios. These are the exact real-world pain points that the industry is begging to have solved right now. I absolutely love this quote because it perfectly encapsulates the entire mission of the hackathon. It's a challenge from Zovian Aerospace. Turn scattered, uneven datasets into intelligence people can actually rely on. See, they don't just want a clever algorithm, they want a robust system that decision makers can actually trust when evaluating the reliability of space and geospatial data. That's the bar for entry here, guys. Okay, Section 4, who should apply? Rules of engagement. The great news here is that the doors are open incredibly wide. Whether you're a solo student innovator grinding in your dorm room or a 5-person startup, as long as you're an Indian citizen or entity, you're called to this adventure. And the best part? Registration is completely free. You can form a team of up to 5 members, and to get your foot in the door, you don't even need a massive pitch deck. You just need a 500 to 800-word project abstract and a 1-page concept note. Oh, and if you're applying as a startup, you'll just need to provide your incorporation docs showing 51% Indian ownership. It's a remarkably accessible entry point for an opportunity this huge. But how are you actually going to be judged? Well, keep in mind that a fully working prototype isn't strictly mandatory right now at the registration stage. But if you want to win, your final solution must absolutely nail these 5 evaluation criteria. You have to prove that your idea is truly original, that it's technically feasible to actually build, that it'll have a tangible real-world impact, that it can scale, and crucially, you've got to deliver a stellar live demonstration. You'll also need to explain your pathway from prototype all the way to scale deployment, and declare your technology readiness level, or TRL, at both the start and the end of your project. So, the journey from your initial abstract all the way to the winner's podium means you'll have to clear a few key hurdles. After you submit your registration, an expert panel conducts a first-level screening based entirely on the impact and feasibility of your concept note. Make it through that, and you're on to the second-level evaluation. That's a virtual pitch where you present your progress and your updated solution to a live jury. From there, the top finalists are shortlisted, which all culminates in the final winner announcement and showcase. And that brings us to Section 5, your hackathon timeline, the ticking clock.
You guys, this schedule is incredibly aggressive. It is actively pushing teams to move fast from a basic concept to a deployable prototype by late August. The hackathon officially launched on July 3rd, and registrations close on July 21st. By August 20th, those first-level evaluations are completely done, and by August 31st, you have to be ready for your second-level virtual pitch. The grand finale, where the winners are finally announced, which will likely happen alongside the massive India Mobile Congress showcase, is set for October 26th.
I really want to emphasize this timeline because today is July 25th, 2026. That means you have literally less than a week to finalize your team, write up your abstract, and get that application submitted before the portal completely closes on July 21st. Now, if you've got questions about the submission guidelines or the evaluation process, you need to circle July 17th on your calendar right now. At 10:30 a.m., there is a live query resolution webinar with the organizing team. The link to join is right on the official hackathon portal. Seriously, do not miss that if you're on the fence or just need a little clarification on any of those 22 problem statements. So, you've seen the tracks, you know the real-world problems these industry leaders are desperate to solve, and you know the massive prize pool that's waiting. The only question left is, are you just going to sit back and watch the future happen, or are you going to step up and build it? Head over to the TCOE India portal and get that abstract submitted before July 21st. Good luck, build something incredible, and we absolutely cannot wait to see what innovations emerge from this amazing challenge.